Palaestra at Olympia. Built circa 200 BCE, the Palaestra at Olympia is an edifice of a gymnasium. It is adjacent to the sacred district at Olympia. There were other gymnasiums in Greece, but this one was the closest to the stadium at Olympia. Also, as you can tell, they both end with at Olympia, and checking a map, they are very close to each other. The Palaestra at Olympia is roughly 66 meters by 66 meters for its outside perimeter and roughly 40 meters by 40 meters for its inside perimeter, which is an open field. Between the outer and inner walls of the Palaestra are rooms for various purposes. These purposes can be for dressing and undressing, oil rub-downs, or hangout spots for friends, as is the case for modern gymnasiums nowadays, but most likely without the oil rubbing. There was some type of ground-level aqueducts leading into the open field of the Palaestra, which is most likely for keeping mud wet and dampening the running course for comfort. The Palaestra seems to focus mainly on sand and mud wrestling. The area for sand wrestling was kept separate from the area for mud wrestling because sand needed to be dry and mud needed to be wet. The sand arena can be out in the open with no cover, and the mud arena needed cover from the sun. However, others have argued that the mud arena took place with no cover and exposed to the sun because mud wrestling sometimes involved somersaults. Having a cover in the mud arena when somersaults are involved would just get in the way. Each wrestling type had rules for taking needed breaks and defeating opponents. For mud wrestling, breaks were immediately given if the individual's health deemed it necessary, and if an opponent gives up, the wrestling stops. For sand wrestling, breaks were given on the condition that the individual participates in a day of light mud wrestling, and the winner is the one still standing.